Hello everyone. Trevelyan, Alleria, and Arator have had their adventures within the novel Blood Ties, ending with their family units splitting apart. But there are more Windrunners out there, like Vereesa, youngest of the Windrunner sisters.
Champion, my Aunt Vereesa has been experiencing visions from the Radiant Song. They're dire, but hazy. We hope that being near the core way can bring more clarity to them. Will you meet us on the Isle of Dorn?
Vereesa is more than just Arator's aunt. Like a Lor'themar or a Liadrin, she and her husband Ronin have played a parental role in young Arator's life, as his parents had gone beyond the Dark Portal. Despite searching for them with the Burning Crusade, the Windrunners would be reunited until the Expansion Legion. To put all of that in somewhat of an in-game timeline, Beyond the Dark Portal is at year 8, the Burning Crusade 18 years later at year 26, with another 6 years to go until their reunion in Legion, which is year 32. And now, in Midnight, we should be somewhere around year 43, which means that Arator is around 35 years old.
Dalaran. I should have come sooner.
Dalaran was her home for quite some time, and yet she wasn't there to honor Dalaran or its fallen. Now the Radiant Song sings to her, the visions come and go, but they're vague. It's her hope that being closer to the core way, and in turn the spirit of Azeroth, might give more clarity.
Even this close to the core way, I cannot trigger my visions on command. So, while we wait, we've come here to pay our respects. Mine are long overdue. Ronin gave me this locket on our first anniversary. It seemed an apt offering for the home where we raised our family.
He loved you with all of his heart.
As he did you, Arator. Come, that cliff to the north looks like a good place.
A fitting place to honor her late husband Ronin. Despite Ronin dying around the start of Mist of Pandaria, which was year 30, and not with the destruction of Dalaran at the start of the War Within, which would be year 42. So it's been 12 years since Ronin has passed away, after she said her goodbyes already before, and even going on a side story of trying to claim vengeance. Now is the time that Vereesa takes her moment to once again honor her husband and the fallen city they've lost.
Ronin.
Vereesa!
Arator? Where are you? No! The screams! The horror! Stop! It's too much! I cannot bear to see this! Stop! Stop! No!
Xal'atath, come back to us!
Step out of the Twilight's blade! Kill the Windrunners!
A vision that shows her glimpses of what is to come in the expansion Midnight. The Void is coming for the high home of the Elves. Worse for later, as right now, darkness unleashes all around us. The Twilight Blade has come for the Windrunners.
The vision. I can't.
Don't worry. The champion and I will deal with this. The Twilight's Blade. They must be the threat from my aunt's vision. These cultists resemble the Twilight's Hammer. Looks like they found a new doomsday to chase. Given their name, I think it's obvious that these fanatics now serve Xal'atath.
The Twilight's Hammer clan has its roots with Cho'Gall and the Horde, but would soon enough be known as a cult. All about the old gods, the void, the end of days, and embrace the darkness. In summary, that is what they were about. And the Twilight Blade is extremely similar, yet they use Xal'atath's dagger as their symbol.
No matter what their goals are, the Twilight's Blade must be stopped. Light bless you.
If these Twilight fools cannot defeat you, then I will!
You can try, but I don't like your odds.
The Void will claim this world.
Not if we stop it.
Arator fought ahead and figured they might need the assistance of his mother, despite his mother abandoning him and his father at the end of Blood Ties. A portal scroll provided by Uncle Khadgar will take us straight to Karesh, as that's where Alleria was last heard to be out hunting.
Despite her hesitance to discuss it, my mother is Azeroth's foremost expert with the Void.
My visions are still difficult to parse, but it's clear that they are a warning. Xal'atath intends to lay siege to Azeroth.
We must tell my mother. No one has more experience fighting Xal'atath than she does.
That is precisely why she will not return. Alleria prefers to chase her quarry to the ends of existence.
And if Silvermoon comes under attack?
Then she would have even more reason to stay away. Her link to the Void makes her a danger to the Sunwell.
Then, what about Sylvanas?
Though few agree with me, I believe Sylvanas would do everything in her power to defend our home. But she has been condemned to the Maw until her penance is complete.
I can't just stand idle and wait for Xal'atath to strike. I have to at least speak with my mother.
I know, Arator. I will wait for you in Dornegal. We can journey to Silvermoon after you find Alleria.
Thank you, Aunt Vereesa. I'll return as soon as I can.
That may be sooner than you like, but I do hope you succeed.
This place, this world, the Void seems to permeate everything. I have a few people to ask. One of them must know where we can find Alleria.
Alleria? She is not in the city, and so she is not my concern.
How helpful of you. Come on, let's go.
I'm afraid I don't know where Alleria is, but her colleague, Umbric, frequents the northern terraces.
If anyone will know where to find her, it's Umbric.
We ask around for the bits and eventually send over to ask her colleague Umbric. Magister Umbric and the rest of the Void Elves, they've been exiled from Silvermoon, just like Alleria has, as their dabblings with the Voids, it would threaten the Sunwell. Despite that, the first mention of Silvermoon being in danger, it has Umbric and the Rendorai ready to stand in its defense.
I will gather my people and return to Azeroth. We'll be there to help, Arator.
Thank you, Umbric. With both you and my mother, Silvermoon will surely be safeguarded.
Sending us off with Alleria's last known location, hard at work hunting down Xal'atath's new Shadowguard lieutenant, in the hope of getting some information from him.
Now I've got... Arator! What are you doing here?
Looking for you!
Is this true? Vereesa had a vision of Azeroth being attacked?
Yes. The vision wasn't quite clear, but she said some of the buildings resembled Silvermoon. If Quel'thelas is in danger, it is our family's responsibility to defend it.
Arator, I'm exiled from Silvermoon. My mere presence would place the Sunwell in danger. This is where I need to be. Hunting Xal'atath's lieutenants and tearing her secrets from their minds.
What's so important here that you can't return to Azeroth? Even Umbric has recalled the Riftwalkers.
All the more reason for me to remain. After Locus-Walker, few can hunt the prey I'm after, and fewer still can extract their knowledge. It has to be me.
If you won't help, I'll ask Sylvanas.
Absolutely not! You'd risk your soul in the Maw only to have her refuse.
Vereesa thinks she'd return to defend Silvermoon.
Vereesa! Always saw the best in her, even when it was brutally clear what our sister had become. Quiet, here he comes.
Be on the lookout. Our mistress has informed me Alleria's son has come to Karesh. Kill them on sight. I am off to the ruins above Shandora. Soon we will strike the Void Elves and be done with them.
The threat we disturbed was set for Shadowlord Vasheen, who's been getting orders from Sol'Hadar, the same Nexus King Sol'Hadar we took on and defeated within Mana Forge Omega.
Another king falls. You should be glad I know a loyal, tractable servant when I see one.
Xal'atath! No!
He sided with the Mencius way back when during their devouring war, but the details have not been made clear. Did he do so willingly? Was he manipulated? Why did he sell out his people? And what kind of servant is he going to be to the Harbinger? Time will reveal, as for now, we just deal with their Shadow Lords, imprison them within a cage kindly provided by Venari after we bring her some stolen Kareshi relics.
You'll have to weaken Vasheen for the tag to work. Try not to kill him.
Don't worry. I'm perfectly capable of holding back when needed. Get the tag on him and let's get out of here.
This isn't over!
I'll see you back down there.
You think your mastery over the Void surpasses mine?
Champion, place the foci. They should limit Vasheen's power.
Fools! What do you hope to accomplish against me?
He's stronger than I thought! Champion, come lend me your power! Where is Xal'atath? Where is her army?
I am the master here. You are nothing, elf.
I see it in your mind. The devouring host, lurking in the void. Whatever they call themselves, they can't hide from me.
Enough interference from you, fleshling.
Watch out!
How disappointing. Let's see how your offspring fares.
Arator! No!
Champion, help me turn his power back against him!
Your son will die quickly, Alleria. Then I deal with you.
I will kill you!
We're almost there! Keep pushing!
You cannot defeat me, boy! I will crush you!
Xal'atath will take nothing more from me!
You have no idea.
Did you get the information you needed?
I got enough.
Ah, I see you put my materials to good use.
Silvermoon needs the Windrunner sisters. If you won't come back, then I have to seek out Sylvanas.
Arator, I know I can't stop you. Just don't lose yourself in the maw. I swear, Arator. Sometimes you're as stubborn as your father.
And as rebellious as you.
Oh, so this is payback then? For all the times I disobeyed my own mother.
I wish I could have known her.
She was stern, but loving. She too wanted me to remain in Quel'thelas, to defend its borders, as was our family's duty. But I wanted to leave the kingdom, so I did. And by the time I came home, Sylvanas took up the mantle of Ranger General after our mother died. And we all know how that turned out. If I had stayed,
You couldn't have known any of those things would happen.
Perhaps not. But they did happen. And they can't be undone. That holds true for my choices, and even more so for Sylvanas. Remember that when you go to see her.
It's interesting to consider why Arator feels so strongly about Silvermoon needing the Windrunners, as his mother was gone. Vereesa left to live with Ronin, and Sylvanas would fall in the defense of the city and be raised as a Banshee. She'd eventually become the Banshee Queen, leader of the Forsaken, member of the Horde, and that entire road that led to her serving her time in the Maw. Whereas the citizens of Silvermoon would also see drastic changes since the days of the Windrunners, with the High Elves becoming the Blood Elves, the history with Quel'thas, and also joining the Horde. Arator should be well informed of all that history, and yet his idealistic mind is focused on the days before the fracturing of the Windrunner sisters, times that he only knows about from stories. And perhaps it is not Silvermoon that is in dire need of the Windrunners. Perhaps, in truth, it is Arator himself who so desperately needs their family unit to heal.
Opening a gateway to the Maw is possible, though I would not call it advisable. Step over there and activate the gateway. It once allowed for passage between the Shadowlands and the realms of the living. It can do so again. The gateway will allow you to travel back and forth, but I suggest you not linger in the Maw.
This place... Nothing could have prepared me to see this.
The sky above is still shattered in the Maw, despite this being fixed at the end of the Shadowlands. But the more confusing part is how the Void has managed to slip through our portal and set up base here before we arrived, even though we immediately stepped through the gateway.
I don't know how the Devouring Host got into the Maw, or what they want, but I know we can't let them stay here.
Regardless of how they got here, they are a problem that we need to fix, as they're snatching up souls left and right to drown them in the void magics. Arator hands over his holy symbol to drive away the shadows, but this light is equally ill-suited to save them from this place. Fresh torment, no hope. The void devours, yet the light, it burns.
That sound, do you hear it too?
May the light...
I can't shake the feeling we should follow that sound. Someone moved these baskets recently. Let's keep going. Dead. And this lingering magic. There's no mistaking it. She must be close. Sylvanas!
Lyrith? No. Arator, what are you doing here?
Lyrith is the youngest brother of the Windrunners, but he died to the Horde invading their lands. A big part of Sylvanas' motivations of allying with the jailer, so not surprising that her mind would be on him while playing her instrument, as he was the musician of the family.
When I last saw you, that sword would have been too heavy for you to lift.
It stayed that way for a time. Lor'themar was a harsh taskmaster, but his training regimen paid off. Now I use that strength to protect our world. I've come to ask you to do the same, as the Ranger General you once were.
A man grown, but still a child at heart. This is no place for such sentiment, Arator. But neither is it a place for the Void. Let's put Lor'themar's vaunted training to the test. It was foolish of you to come here. But now that you have, you can assist with ending this incursion.
And she's off. Just like Mother.
The Void has taken up a defensive position within the Tremaculum. No doubt they intend to expand their presence and shore up their defenses, now that they have had a foothold. All the better for us. It means they will all be gathered in one place for us to take them out. They've already managed to set up more rifts to pull in reinforcements, so we also make sure to deal with the source by closing those rifts.
Struggling to keep pace, Arator?
Please, this is merely a brisk workout. Is this a bad time to mention that I'm not terribly fond of heights? How's this for keeping pace?
It is done.
Good. Sylvanas, we need to...
Not here. Come. It's time for you to leave, Arator.
I'm not going anywhere until we've had a chance to talk.
If you insist on staying here, I'll put you to work.
Being in the Maw is not for everyone, as Arator's soul is fraying, the connection between body and soul dwindling. The Maw shall not suffer the presence of the living, but he is not ready to leave, and Sylvanas still has work to do.
I expected the Maw to be alien, unknowable, but these structures are...
Familiar. I agree. I have seen past the veil of true death, Arator. There is more to the Shadowlands than it seems.
Why are you doing this, Sylvanas?
Isn't it obvious? This is my penance. But more than that, it is my purpose.
From what I've been told, half of the souls here would rather slay you than be granted peace.
You misunderstand. I do not grant them peace. I merely offer them a way forward. An offer which you have delayed me from making for long enough. Let's get to work, nephew.
Ferrying souls beyond the boundary of the Maw is no easy task. This is not a place from whence souls are meant to ascend. But she figured out ways to ensure the relative safety of the souls that she retrieves, though she is gonna require some materials, which we get to fetch. Reeds that grow in the silt of the Goa River, soul threads from the cloaks of the wandering specters, the hide of a soul eater, and 100 maw-red teeth. With that, we also get a small glimpse of what her penance has been like down here, as we deal with 4 souls that have fallen into the Maw without proper judgments. 4 souls connected to Sylvanas. A stalwart soul.
The war chief leads us to victory. For the Horde!
Rest, brave warrior. The Horde stands. It will never fall.
Then, it's over. Thank the Earth Mother.
I never took you for such a loyalist.
I told him what he needed to hear.
The soul of a Tauren slain in service to its war chief. And the plague soul, which says, monster, traitor, she damned us all.
Sylvanas, look out!
Hold. Let them quell their rage.
Sylvanas, who plagued and resurrected Horde forces during the siege of Lor'themar.
Come. There is more to do.
A betrayed soul.
Has the Banshee Queen come to finish what she started? You had me executed. You twisted Derek's mind. I would rather suffer for eternity than have you grant me peace.
If that is what you wish, come, Arator. We still have more to do.
Which is Zelling, a Tide Sage that helped Bane liberate Derek Proudmoore from the Banshee Queen's schemes, who was planning to warp his mind, turn him into a weapon before sending him back to his loved ones. The war chief found out about this betrayal and decided not to execute Bane. He was too valuable, she could use him as bait later. Instead, she executed Zelling. And then finally, a smoldering soul, which says...
Mother Moon, I hear you. Please, save us from this torment.
I hope your goddess awaits you beyond the Maw.
I don't know how to put it, Arator says, but seeing Sylvanas like this, in a way, it's how I always imagined her. I know this is meant to be penance, and it's certainly not easy, but she seems at peace like this.
Another spirit?
A silent one. He follows me and then departs, only to return again later.
Presumably the spirit of Nephanos Blightcaller, but that's not been confirmed. And on that note, Nephanos' model has been found in this questline, except the model is finicky. It doesn't always appear. I tried to recreate it and he doesn't show. So it's possible that at some point they plan to have Nephanos be part of this questline. It's possible that this model just randomly shows up. Either way, the making of this video, there's no clear indication or explanation as to why Nephanos is creeping on Sylvanas.
Parcella Nore. Sin Dore. Illumen yo mal Allah sin Dore.
Sylvanas, that was...
Enough. You wish to talk, so talk. Why have you come here?
Sylvanas, Azeroth is in danger. The people of Quel'thelas need the Windrunners. They need you.
And the people of Teldrassil? How would they feel about my return?
You've done terrible things. I won't deny that. But what good is penance if it leads to more harm? I've seen what you do for the souls who are trapped here. I could vouch for you, help convince...
Your fellow paladins may call you the Redeemer, but I do not seek redemption. I have worn many titles myself. Ranger General, Dark Lady, Banshee Queen, War Chief. I set them all aside when I descended into the Maw. My place, my duty, is here. Not among the living. You say Quel'thelas needs a Windrunner. So go, Arator. Be a Windrunner.
Sylvanas. Very well. I think I understand.
Thank you for tempering my nephew's exuberance. He's skilled, but tends to rush into danger. It runs in the family. Arator is correct about one thing. I am a Windrunner. And I have not forgotten where I came from. But as I told him, now is not the time for me to return to the world of the living. You have noticed, have you not? The Maw, the Shadowlands, all of it. The question that has plagued me since the Jailer's demise. I know the truth of death better than most. This, it is too convenient, too ordered. I have made many foes on the path that brought me here. Most of them once called me an ally. I do not regret the choices I've made. Nor do I bear ill will toward those who met me with their fangs bared. But know this, I cannot stop now. I must not stop now. Or all I have done will have been for naught. Return to Azeroth. Fight the battles ahead of you. One day our paths will cross again.
Despite Sylvanas turning out to be Sylvanas, back in Battle for Azeroth, they allowed us the option to be a Sylvanas loyalist, a small separation of the questline, actively staying at her side, even before the Shadowlands being promised that everything was going to make sense. Those loyalists still get recognized to this day, and they get a little bit of extra dialogue with the Banshee Queen.
I know the truth of death better than most. This, it is too convenient, too ordered. It has been many years since you chose to follow me, despite where I led you. Know this, I do not deal in regrets. For all that has happened and all we have done, it would be a greater crime still to falter now. Return to Azeroth, my champion. You will be of more use there in the days to come. And should any of our allies ask, tell them that the Dark Lady watches even now.
Sylvanas counters her nephew's optimism with a dose of reality, which would come from her stepping out of the maw. She will remain and serve her time. For now, but who knows what will happen in the future. Before we leave though, Windrunner has some insight to share. I've done a much more detailed video going over this, but in essence, it suggests that the Shadowlands, as we see it right now, is not how the afterlife is supposed to be. That doesn't mean it's retconning the story of the Shadowlands as we know it, nor does it mean much for now, as the Shadowlands has been this way for as long as we know. It doesn't change the past, but it can mean a whole lot for the future, especially when it comes to bringing back the mystery of the afterlife within the story of Warcraft. All the same, Arator will have to represent the Windrunners in their stead. Leaving the Shadowlands finally has him breathe again. He can scarcely believe that we're able to traverse that place for extended periods of time. And here he thought Uncle Khadgar was exaggerating in all his grand tales of our adventures, which means that Khadgar has been bragging about us.
I take it you spoke to her?
And she refused, just as you said she would.
Of course she did. Sylvanas is...
She's a bit like you, to be honest.
Excuse me?
Sorry, I didn't mean... I know that for a long time you feared that you would become like her. Led astray by a dark force that eclipsed you, becoming less and less yourself. But Mother, what I saw in her today, she's a Windrunner, the same as you. Driven by a sense of sacrifice and duty, enduring personal hardship for the sake of those you wish to protect, and refusing to follow anyone's path but your own. I think you're more alike than you realize.
You always see the best in people, Arator. Vereesa truly was the one to raise you. I will have to thank her for that.
I'll pass it along to her for you.
Take care, my precious Arator. Guard Silvermoon well, as a Windrunner.
Reporting back to Vereesa shows us how Alleria's hunt is going.
Mistress, I have come to offer myself in service. Please.
Oh, you will serve me. I went to a lot of trouble imbuing this bauble with untold power. Now yours shall be added.
For 100,000 years, I have planned for this moment. Let the way be opened to my prize.
This on the PTR was described as the camera pans up from Arator and Vereesa, fading back into the space of Karesh. While trekking in a video through her rifts, Alleria encounters Xal'atath from afar. Xal'atath brandishes the Dark Heart, beginning the process of conjuring the Void Storm over Silvermoon. The Void Storm is Xal'atath's base of operations, and also in that intro scenario you can see like the Void Storm and the Void crashing down. And this will be our last leveling zone for Midnight. I'm not exactly sure what she forms here with her Dark Heart's Void magics. I think it's a gateway. Point being, the shadowy hosts, Xal'atath's forces, are coming for the Sunwell. They're coming for Silvermoon. Vereesa's visions are going to become true. She's filled up the Dark Hearts with massive amounts of power, and that power has been converted to start the next step of her plan. Seeing how the Dark Heart is now empty, I do think that lowers the chances for those that wanted to see a Locus-Walker return. He, Dimensius, and whatever else was sucked up in the Dark Heart, it seems to have been used to power the Void Storm. I was then asked on stream, what is it that Xal'atath actually wants to do? And we don't know. There's a lot that we do not know about Xal'atath. We don't know who she is, what her race is, where did she come from, where did she go, how and why did she ally with Dimensius, what has she done all this time, what did Xal'atath make that turned her against the Black Empire, how did she work with the Black Empire to begin with. Xal'atath, much like the jailer before her, is a massive question mark. And Midnight, in my opinion, needs to start giving some answers. At this point, she could be the most intricate bad guy that we've ever dealt with. Or she could just be very hungry and wanting to snack on Azeroth's world soul. Her setting her sights on Azeroth's soul, that actually comes from the War Within date announcement video.
The world soul, so long denied me, shall be mine.
Which has been mirrored a little bit by her Lor'Walker questline.
Eternally sealed. You shall only watch this world as it gains untold power without you. You shall never lay claim to it.
But why? What does she want Azeroth for? Is it like the Titans and the Jailer, as in, does she want the power of the world soul to rewrite the universe? Is it just to get power for herself? Does she want to set the world soul free? There's nothing but question marks there, I'm afraid. Time is going to tell. At least, I really hope so.
So, you've seen them both then. I'm sorry you couldn't sway them.
I may never fully understand why my mother or Sylvanas choose to walk alone, but I can respect their decisions. I can't imagine what each of them has gone through. My own life has been tranquil by comparison.
As was Alleria's wish, that you enjoyed the halcyon youth that we never could.
A wish you granted 1,000 times over. She wanted to thank you for that.
Yes, well, perhaps one day she'll thank me in person. Now come, Arator. Quel'thelas awaits.
Arator might have failed in bringing together the Windrunner sisters, but hopefully he learned more about his family, and they in turn learned more about themselves through his eyes. We've got a setup for the Twilight Blade, the Devouring Host, Xal'atath coming for Azeroth, and the Sunwell. Which means we're about ready for Midnight, minus the pre-event, whatever that might be. So for now, I'm gonna go back to decorating my new house. So let me just say thank you very much for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, and until next time, see ya!